Right, Puffin, my lad, let's get to work. Hello, everyone. It's Michael back here again with a brand new Miniature Adventures live stream. And I'm not going to be alone in this live stream because we have some special guests who very generously decided to come on board here at the very last minute because they're such good sports. And without them, we wouldn't be at this stage now with Miniature. And yeah, let us introduce them. So, first of all, we have, well, what can I say about him here other than he pretty much surprised me with his audition for playing the voice of Casey when we were giving up voice actors to play the characters for this new version of the series. And he originally auditioned to play White House, but I was very surprised about the choice of voice he gave the character. And every time I heard him, I was like, that doesn't sound like him. Doesn't sound like White House at all. It sounds like completely like somebody else. And so he is now the voice actor for Casey in Montreal Adventures, replacing for my good friend Chris, who is now working as the series consultant. So please, everybody, would you please welcome Mr. Robert?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Robert. Welcome on board.
Awesome. Hello.
Love the T-shirt, by the way.
Cheese and crackers, indeed. We're all big Bluey fans here.
Indeed. Also joining us on this little live stream here is somebody who I pretty much casted straight away in the voice cast, because when I heard their voice for the very first time, I thought, yes, this is the character. This is the voice for this character. And what else can I say about her? But she is basically the voice of Jane Wilkinson. Can I please ask you all guys to give a warm welcome to Miss Kirsty?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So Kirsty and Robert are joining me here tonight on this Miniature Adventures live stream here because, well, basically these two here are pretty much my right-hand people when it comes to doing stuff in Miniature Railway, because how long now have you guys been helping me out on this project? Last year or more?
Is it coming to 2 years, is it?
I don't know. I literally don't know, because like when did I first introduce you guys to it? I know we probably discussed it probably on the 15th year live stream last year, like so.
Yeah.
But
it's been a 16th anniversary coming up.
Oh, well, I don't think I'll have anything prepared for the 16th anniversary. Though maybe I might have a new installment of Adventure Like No Other planned. We'll see, because I know people are probably wondering what's going on with that story. But trust me, there is work being done on it here. It's just taken a bit of a while to do, and also it's trying to remember exactly how the original plot went. And I know there are some key points in there that I do want to keep in, but there's other bits here that we need to work into. How do we get to that stage? So, but yeah, Kirsty and Robert have been absolute gems when it came to helping me out with Miniature Railway, and they're still helping me out with Miniature Railway every single week now. We have a dedicated evening where we actually sit down. We actually do talk about stories and future adventures for the characters, all within the set timeline, mind you, because there is since I think since the announcement that I was going to do the animated series, there has been a bit of like a timeline as to where the series will start and where it'll end. So we'll have to work within that particular timeline. So just share with the people, how far are we now with the timeline in terms of like episode wise, without giving away any spoilers? That's going to be a tricky one, isn't it?
It's a tricky one.
It is going to be tricky, but well, I probably will say here, because I think I might be the only one who has to say this. Yeah, so where we are right now with Miniature Railway is that we've done series 2 is now fully written up. Well done, guys. You've done great. And we're now on the stages of season 3. Yes, season 3. I've already greenlit it here, so it's gonna be happening. But it's gonna be a while before we get to season 3, because we've still got season 2 to do. And this is where we're at this current stage now, as to where things are. So, for those who don't know, Series 1 has already been released on YouTube there. It's basically done in audiobook form. If you want to listen to Series 1, there's a full playlist on the Military Adventures YouTube channel, which will give you all the episodes in canon order, as well as the original pilot from 2008, which it's not really canon, but we do reference it in the series, so I would say it's
and it isn't.
canon-ish.
Yeah.
But if you want to see the original the proper version of Social Lost Legend, look up the one from 2015, because that is the canon version. It stays true, and it goes all the way up to Casey and the Traitor. I think is the last story for season 1, which we had.
Story out
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Never knew that.
No, because like I think, when did I write that? I wrote that probably back in 2014, I think, where I was actually wanting to see, is it possible for me to do a chaptered story? Give me 1 wee second, guys. I'll be right back here.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So, these lovely people in chat, and
Yes.
if you wish to ask us anything, like about us, how we got the character roles and all that stuff, so feel free to ask any questions on the bottom, and we will answer them as soon as possible. This is my first time going live, and I'm very nervous.
I've been through live a couple of times, and I'm used to it. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll guide you the way.
Yay. Hello, have we got any comments? How are we doing today?
Sorry about that here. As it always, every time I do a live stream here, there's always an interruption from my folks. So well done to them.
It's okay.
I'm going to get that from my mum at some point, so don't worry about it.
Well, I got nothing today, so I'm alone.
Lucky.
Well. So, where did I get to? Because I pretty much have forgotten. Literally forgot.
Was it to do with the pilot or something, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember now.
The pilot, Casey and the Traitor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably, yeah, Casey and the Traitor. Yeah, it was like the first time, Casey and the Traitor was like the first time I actually wrote a chaptered story, so I didn't know what way it was going to turn out, how to do it. I think it first got shown on SIF, the sort of on forums for the first time, and then a couple of years later, I think it was during the 10th anniversary, I thought, might as well make it as a new audiobook special, so why not celebrate the 10th anniversary? So there you go.
Why not?
I know. So so series 2 is now going to be fully animated, and animation has started, as these two have well seen in advance, because these two lucky people actually get to see the behind the scenes of Military Railway and get to see the progress of it. And just before I continue on here, do you guys want to give a little feedback to the audience as to what you think of the progress so far?
Very good.
It's very refreshing, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Define.
All the CGI animation and the 2D animation that's been coming out recently, out the woodwork, and stop motion and all that. It's nice to see the old Ivor the Engine vibes you get from the series.
Well, Ivor the Engine vibes.
You feel like a kid again, basically.
Yeah. With Ivor the Engine vibes in mind, this is kind of where we're kind of getting some inspiration for Military Railway, because Military Railway is pretty much going to be, the style of animation is going to be a pastiche of all my favorite types of animation that I had seen growing up. So character movements is going to be done very similar to how the small films of Ivor the Engine, Nog and the Nog, some of the 2D segments from Bagpuss, all the type of Oliver Postgate based animation. And there might be, in terms of Casey's design, that there is a homage to Ivor the Engine, which the real Casey is actually a big fan of it. So considering that he has a fondness of Welsh narrow gauge railways, so it's probably best to pay homage to that. But then there's also other types of animation, because I like doing stop motion animation, love it a bit here. So there's going to be some homages to that. There's going to be some hand drawn animation thrown in there as well. There might be some CGI stuff, or not really CGI, but like a digitalized compilation, which I've assigned some friends who are going to be doing that sort of thing. It's going to be done using the base is using a train simulator game for the references, but you guys will get the idea when you see it here. But it's just to help things be a bit more easier for when things come around. But tonight here we're looking at some animation stuff which I'm going to be working on right now. Now, a while back, you guys may have seen me do a live stream here on this channel where I was actually animating a scene from Minute Railway. Now, unfortunately, I've actually had to delete that stream because I actually felt afterwards, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I should probably save any previews for a future term. But then the guys who run the Minute Railway Adventures Twitter page gave me a poke the other week and said, do you know, you should actually probably show this to the folks, because I mean, they have been waiting quite a while on this thing. You have been promoting it quite a lot. It's about time you probably show them some actual animation. And I was like, well, I suppose I could, providing you guys announce, spread the word that that's going to happen. So they pretty much have done that. And as I can see here, that well, there was 7 people in the chat there, but it's now down to 5. So wherever those 2 went, I'm sorry, guys, you're gonna miss out on this. But yeah. But I will say here that around, let's say, about 10 o'clock, I will be officially sharing a genuine official preview of Minute Railway Adventures, the animated series. Now, the preview is just to point out, the preview is still a work in progress. There's still some things yet to be animated left in it here, and there's still some bits and bobs need to work about. But you will be seeing the characters perform. And also, you might also be hearing a new voice actor who's temporarily joined the cast just for this test episode. But after this test episode, we're going to have to try and find a new voice actor for them. So, those who would like to take part in Minute Railway Adventures,
now's your chance.
Yeah, now's your chance. I might be able to reach out to you, see if you might be interested. But yeah, so where are we going to start with animation stages? So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up. Right, what's this here? Right, that's the opening video. So I'm going to remove that from the studio. Let us open up the share screen and show you guys the software on which I'll be using to animate Minute Railway Adventures. Now, it's very fitting that you are actually here, Robert, because we are going to be looking at animating Casey.
Hey, best boy.
Here he is.
Yay!
There's Casey's rig. So some of you guys have already seen Casey's rig on certain previews or like the various preview shots here and there. But this is Casey as how he will appear in Minute Railway Adventures. So if I can just get him to acknowledge that he is with us. Casey, are you currently with us right now? Yes, he's waving at you. Yes, very, very, very rigid, cheap movement of the arm there. There you go. He will be with us here. So what we're going to do tonight is that we're actually going to be doing what is known as library animation. Now, library animation is basically where you have a preset stock of animation of a character movement or a character trait that you want to reuse again for future terms. And this is something that we actually do in the animation industry. Well, basically in the animation studio that I work for, we actually have what's known as animation libraries that we can go into if there's like just to help speed up time. So it'll be stuff like walk cycles, running cycles, little movements, little quirks that the characters can do that is quite fun to animate and to work in. So this is kind of what we're gonna do for this case. So for tonight, we're going to be doing the basics here, which is basically doing walk cycles, because walk cycles is the one thing which is quite tricky to do if you don't know what you're doing. Now, before we start, also here is that I actually have with me. I was actually looking for this here before the stream started. I was looking everywhere to see where it was, and I found it here. Kirsty, do you remember this here?
Hang on, let me just. Yes, I remember that.
Yes, she remembers this here because during the Audrey weekend, well, before the Audrey weekend, at the Telephone Railway,
I didn't go, sadly.
You should have got. We begged you to come.
We begged you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying next year though.
Will you be coming next year though? If there is one.
Into it.
If there is another Audrey weekend here, I don't know if there is one or not, but if there's another one next year, definitely come to it.
Do recommend it.
Yeah, because what we do is that what we actually really originally wanted to do was that funny story actually. I've told this story many times here to both you and Robert Kirsty. Was the story about last year when I tried to do the publicity photo for Merch Railway to celebrate the 15th anniversary. Kirsty's face reveals it all. So yeah,
I remember that.
I know. Again, I've said this story many times here,
No,
but for
I love the
those,
story though.
I know. So what happened was that it was the 15th anniversary of Metro Railway. It was a big year. Lots of stuff was happening that year. If you guys remember, there was new audiobooks were coming out. I mean, how many audiobooks came out? There was like four new audiobooks came out. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know we can do that, but we did. Kirsty, you narrated one of them there, Granger's Chime. That was actually your audition to play Jane.
Yeah. So I remember.
Which we revealed on the 15-year live stream, and you did great, absolutely great. It was literally when you had Jane yell the words "you incompetent bugger." I was like, that's it, that's the character, that's the character. That's the energy we need for the character. So yeah, I asked those who were on the voice cast for the animated series who were present at the audio weekend. I says, look, why don't we have a group photo at Wharf Station here of us holding a couple of the scripts, because I did have some ready-made scripts that we both me, Kirsten, and Robert had written in advance, printed out, and we were going to pose with them here to show that we're the new voice cast. Once everything was all ready, once everybody was all on Warfare platform to do the photo shoot, I went upstairs to get the scripts from my bag because I left them in the office. I came back down here, and somebody, I don't know who it was, it was some Thomas fan out there who knows quite a bit about me, being working on another TV program of Railway themed, saw me carrying out these scripts and yelled out, "Michael's got scripts!" And everybody crowded around us. And literally says, "All these Thomas scripts, oh Michael, all these Thomas scripts, are these actual scripts from the original TV series?" And I just says, "No, they're better scripts." And they're like, "Oh, is it the script from deleted from episodes that weren't me?" And I was like, just read the title page. Just read the title page. And they looked at the page, and this is how they went. They went, "The Miniature Railway Adventures." What's this? This is about the Arsenal Railway. And I was like, no, it's my own series, which is actually celebrating its 15th anniversary. And what else? What's it all about? I was like, I just says, "Oh, it's about this and this. It's about a miniature railway that's being operated here by a group of teenagers." And I gave like a brief synopsis of it, and they're like, And do the trains talk? No. Okay. They gave me back. They handed me back the scripts, and everybody apart from the voice actors on the series left. Just literally walked away from us. Just left us standing.
Yep.
And, try and censor what you try and give your most censored version of what she said, because Kirsty did say something.
Me swear this is rare.
Yeah.
She does.
But you did, but you did say something, Kirsty. Can you give us like a, because I know RWS Edward, who is actually one of our main Miniature Railway Adventures fans. He's a bit of a young age, so we want to make sure that we keep this as PG as we can. But give us like a censored version as to what you said. Or what did you describe? What did you describe those who ignored us?
Okay, I need to be more. Okay, let me think. What a bunch of miserable people. They don't understand.
They did not know because they didn't know what they actually were missing. If they took a chance to actually read the scripts or get a brief glimpse as to what was going to be in store, they would have known that this was going to be something brand new that hopefully they would enjoy. And Kirsty and Robert, you've taken some time to listen to Metro Rail Adventures. In fact, even one of our other voice actors, who is it Joe Gibbons? His name was is it Joe? Geek Machine, the voice actor of Geek Machine. Yeah, or Joel as we call him, who's going to be playing the role of Corpse. He actually messaged me last year saying that he actually binge listened the entirety of Series 1 of Miniature Railway and thought it was absolutely fantastic. Like because I don't know what he was doing at the time. I think he was waiting for a flight or something at an airport, but he just binge listened the entirety of Midge Railway Adventures, and he got back to me. He says, I fully understand what this is all about now. I fully understand why you trying to promote this. Why is nobody else listening to this? I was like, it's not Thomas. That's the problem. It's not Thomas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no talking trains.
No talking trains, but there is other stuff in there that is quite something to listen to. It's quite worth listening to. Anyway, talking on too long here, we got to get some animation done here because this is what this stream is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here is Casey's rig, as he is. Now, just to remind those people who don't remember the stream from last time here, this software that I'm using is called Moho. And it's it's an animation software that is used around the world. It actually has been used in television and film production because it was recently used by an animation studio for a Netflix film called Puffin Rock. And fortunately, I actually happen to know one of the people who worked on Puffin Rock, and they were able to give me their insight as to what it's like using Moho. They kept it very brief, but they did say it was all right. It did what it had to do, and there were some other animators who I got chatting to that actually did say that they have Moho and they find it quite enjoyable to work with. So that's good to know. So the reason why I've chosen Moho is basically because this was the software that actually started the whole thing with Midge Railway. Because in the past there were 2 test animations, which I think, if I can, hopefully with a bit of look back at my little time machine. Just bear with me 1 second. We will go back to Anime and Casey in 1 wee quick sec here. So there's going to be 2 archived pieces of animation from the original version of Midge Railway, which I would like to share with you guys. But it's a matter of knowing if I still have those old clips. But back in the day when I first animated these here, the software was originally called Anime Studio, and I think my version was Pro number 7. And I was still trying to learn my way as to how to use it, but it was a bit of a tricky software to learn how to use. But over time, I did slowly start to get the hang of what all the controls did and stuff, because I did end up being asked to help animate a promo video for a health clinic that were looking for some help, and I don't think I actually have the video. Oh, it's a bit of a pity. I thought I did have them. Strange. Let's try here. Nope, looks like I don't have them. They're probably saved on another hard drive somewhere.
Oh dear.
Oh well. But don't worry, we will see some animation very, very soon, in the next half hour, I promise you. Once I've stopped talking and once I stop talking nonsense and start showing you guys animation. Okay, here we go. Back to the animation stages. But yeah, so what you can do in Moho is that you can actually design the character using different shapes, different assets here, which are known as like vector shapes. And this little drop-down menu here, you can basically import like various images, image sequences. You can make like a group sequence, import audio, text in here, as well as text is, the usual basic stuff you can have. But in this case, what you can also do is you can also import Photoshop files of an assembled character, which is what Casey is. So Casey is made up of separate parts, which I designed last year to make up his rig. And if I give you just some various examples here, so let's see here. If I grab hold of, let's see now. I'll grab hold of Casey's head here, just to show you. So there you go. Here's Casey's head. So as you can see here, it's a separate item. But not only that, but it's also been designed so that it also has like a front view and another side view as well here. So he's always looking around. But put your head back where its original place is there, so it doesn't look weird. But it's also the same for the body as well. So as you can see, Casey right here is labeled 3/4 right. just so I know what its position is. And then there's also one for his front view, which you can see here. And there's also one for his left-hand side as well. Now, some of these have recycled assets from the previous drawings, with just some slight alterations to them. So, for example, Casey's waistcoat has the insignia of the Minute Railway, which is the Model Engineer Society, right here. Just zoom in. That's his pocket watch. There you go. You see his insignia here. But if I change it here to his right position, you see here that it's also on his
Me.
yes, it's me. But you can definitely also tell the difference as well, because I think did I make this little error? Yeah, there is an error there. So if you look at it carefully, there's one detail I forgot to change, which is his shirt buttons. So they change from side to side. But that's it. That gives you an insight as to how I have to alter some parts of the rigs just to make them look like there is some continuity in turn-wise. But I think the shirt buttons are just like the small minor thing, so we'll just gloss over that. The same thing also goes to Casey's cap as well, has the MES badge there as well, which is actually based off a cap badge that we originally did have at the Minute Railway, but we didn't have grease. Not all of us had grease top caps. Most of us had baseball caps with the insignia stitched in. And also, I think in terms of the series here, the characters do have uniforms in the series, which is basically a sleeveless jacket with the insignia in gold stitching on the left-hand breast pocket. But in real life, I think what we all had was boiler suits, like navy blue boiler suits to match with the caps, and that's only just like an option if you really wanted to have that option. Anyway, back to this here. So in order to get Casey to move, what I had to do is that I have to create a skeleton inside him, and this is done by creating bones. And what Moho does is that you can actually add these little bone structures here, and just give you a wee rough insight here. So this is just a sample of bone structure here. And what that allows you to do is that you're able to draw that bone in a specific part of the drawing layer, the part that you want to move, and then you have to try and hook that up with that layer. So if I delete these here, I'll just go through the various points of Casey's rig. Okay, so at the moment here, this rig has two separate bone structures onto them here. So the first one here is basically his main body, and this basically is controlled by this one here. So that controls his top half here, and then there's one here that controls his head, and then these two here control his legs and also his knees and his feet as well. Now it does look a wee bit chunky in terms of how he moves, and there actually there's some parts where you can see how the drawing doesn't always match up with the rest of the drawing. But that's where we'll try and fix that during the animation stages. So you'll probably be wondering as well here, what about his hands? So what happened here is that during the course of an episode, there'll be times where the character will have to fold his arms, and to try and help me get this pose looking right, because getting the character to fold their arms is quite tricky to do in my case. So what I did was I have a separate layer for Casey's arms, and this is in a switch level, and there's a level here of a separate image where you have Casey have his arms folded, and then there's another layer where you actually have his arms unfolded, but there's actually some bone elements for that there. So I'm able to move his arms a bit and his hands as well. Now, as well as because I'm on a bit of a tight schedule to try and get this project off the ground, there are some aspects where I do have to cut a few corners. In this case, it's Casey's hands. Now, I would like to say that I drew these hands, but unfortunately I didn't. These hands came from an online source that I came across. I basically came across a photograph, a digital image of some hand poses, which you probably might find on Google Images, which is what I did, of all these different hand poses for animation. And what I basically did was just bring them into Photoshop and just recolored them, changed them a few ways, and separated them from the actual image. Because the image, because this image online was literally just one whole image, and I just had to break down each and every single hand, just to try and help me get all the poses right. Because I won't have time to actually draw all the hands, but later on I will get around to redrawing every single hand shape in this list here. But at the moment here, there's about we've got roughly about 96 hand poses for the characters. So this will even be down to the character gripping, picking something up, waving, giving the thumbs up. The only pose it does not have is when the character needs to show aggressive attitude. So there'll be no V signs, no giving the bird or anything like that there. So,
Shame.
I mean, true. I know we do have this kind of like there is a kind of like there is a stage in the series where the characters do get a wee bit aggressive at one point at certain points, and let's just point out here that there actually is in a certain feature-length story where the characters do start swearing. They actually do swear, and I think there actually is in a video somewhere. I think it could be an Adventure Light Nova where the characters do drop. One of the characters does drop the F-bomb, but I think in this case, I think in this case, I think in that case, that in the situation that they were in, I think it's probably worth having that included in. But as far as I know, I think hopefully that story might be age restricted. I think. I don't know. Yeah, I might need to look back at that again here. But that story in general is actually quite intense in some parts. So now we have to get on to the basics of animation here. So in my list here that me and Kirsty drafted up at Audio Weekend, or Audio Week as I probably would call it, because it was pretty much like a good day. Because like I think let me see, it was the Tuesday. I think it was the Tuesday before Audio Weekend. I was basically sitting on Wharf Station, and you, Kirsty, and friends of yours actually came up just to hang out for a bit there. And I do remember you and me were literally just sitting on the platform at Wharf, literally just going through this list. And
Yeah.
had the script open, and we were like basically saying, right, okay, what kind of character movements or like stuff that we can put into the library that that each character should have. So, what's that one here? I just look at this here. I think it's right. I think it's like miniature bits of miniature working of poses. I think that note says. I must look at it again because my handwriting is so bad to decipher. Even I don't know what I wrote down. Okay, so let's get the basics of walking of the character. So normally, in preparation for this live stream, I should have actually recorded myself doing a walking reference on a treadmill, which I do actually own a treadmill, but it's not really that strong enough to take my weight, so I might have to get a different one at some point. But in terms of like doing a walk cycle, some animators would actually record an actual reference video for them to work off, because everybody has their own distinct walk. One example could possibly be Shaggy Rogers from Scooby-Doo. His walk is basically so distinct that you instantly know who's walking when you see this walk being performed. And his walk is basically like his leg will come up and it would just slam, like whack down like that there, and then just carry on, which is not really how Casey will walk in this case. So basic walk cycle is basically down to how you have your character positioned. So first of all, we have to prepare the movement. So what I need to do here is I'd have to set my animation to, let's see, usually I would often have it to Bezier, but I think in this case we'll do smooth. And then for interval animations, it's mostly suitable to have it in 2 frames per movement, so you get a more gentler, more easier type of animation. Sometimes I do animate in ones by accident, but this gives you a more faster paced type of animation, and it kind of feels like you're watching an animation done by the late great Richard Williams, who is very well known for doing work on various projects like the Pink Panther. He animated all the intros for those films. He did the Thief and the Cobbler. He did most of the animation for Roger Rabbit. If you guys haven't seen that film, please go watch it. You will love it.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
But one of Richard's famous things was that he always animated in ones, and this gives the character a very fluid piece of animation here. But as much as I would like to try and do that kind of style, it gets a bit trippy after a while. So I kind of stick to my own guns with sticking with animation in twos. Okay. First of all, here is let's get Casey's arms down to his side. So first of all, go to the first frame, or the starting point. Casey's arms will have to be down here like so, and down here like so. Now, there is a wee bit of a problem here where his glove is actually is basically going over his trousers, and we don't really need that to happen. So what I'll do here is that I'll make a duplicate of this separate body folder. And move it down to here. Change that to, let's see now. Oh wait, no, that's not right. I think I got that right there. Hold on, just bear with me one wee sec.
no worries.
It's fine.
Okay, sorry. I think I had it worked out earlier on here before the stream here, because I did have this prepped up here, but apparently I didn't. So, boo to me. Yeah, maybe I should be right. So, just put this one here, and that's the body too. Yep. Okay, that's better. Okay, so that layer's there. And what I need to do is take this layer out. So what we have is basically this side of the character. And what I probably should also do as well, is to help save me some confusion. Is to see about removing these bones, which I probably should do at the very start of this. Okay, that should work now. Now let's just take these layers away. Now, normally I would actually have this rigged up for doing walk cycles. There'd be a new rig all put together here for this here, but for the time at the moment here, I just don't have time to make up a new structure. But I will at some point maybe do another live stream where I actually do show the buildings of a character rig, so you guys will know exactly what to do if you ever want to use Moho for your projects. Also, sorry, just point out, can you guys hear me properly? Okay, because I feel like I'm kind of mumbling my way through here.
No, you sound fine.
You're clear as crystal.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so go to the first frame here. Right, so obviously we have Casey's other arm is being shown, so we need to remove that. That's in body 2 there. Leave those 2 there. Go back to there. Right. Go back to this here again. And delete those bone structures there, so we don't have to worry about those. Also, by the way, I'm checking here to make sure the parent is okay. Yep, that's okay. It's all fine. Everything's all connected up properly. Good. And everything's working as they should. Good. That's much better. And also, yeah, it's going up and going behind his trousers. That's even better. Okay, right. Now we can probably get some animation on the way.
Yay.
At long last. Sorry, we get it. Take a while. Right, so this pose here. So obviously, the best way to start off is to have the character in mid walking. That's probably the best way to start off with, or maybe just have the first foot land. Would probably be the best part. So bring his foot up here like so. Now also, you can see here the top of Casey's leg is also sticking out from his waistcoat here, but don't worry, we will fix this here at a short point. Now there's a wee tool here that I have here, I've selected here, which actually changes the scale of the bone. But what this also does is it also shrinks the layer as well, so you're able to know what size it is, and that helps in this case. So there's pros there, and have Casey's. Let's see what weight she has on. Now, from memory's sake, I think it's like let's see. I'm trying to remember exactly. Was it the left arm follows the right leg, and then right arm follows the left leg? Is that how it goes?
I think so.
Hang on, I might actually have to physically do it here because that's probably the right way to do it. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much insymmetrical. So in sync there. So yeah, so his left arm leg would be there, or left arm would be there, and his right arm would be doing this calf. That was here. Now, with Casey, that is that he also has to have what I think is most common for walking is that you have your hands clenched in a fist, because I mean you're not going to be using them for anything here whilst walking. In case you want to walk by and punch somebody in the face, which I strongly recommend not doing, because we want to try and keep the violence down as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, somewhere in this here there is a layer of a clenched fist here. Now, some of these hands aren't always positioned in the correct rotational point, so I have to go through each and every one of these to try and find out where the hand pose is, or one that looks very similar to what I'm after. And well, there's one here that we'll use for the left hand. So that's number 26. So it's always also when it comes to doing animation, it's always handy to have a notebook or a piece of paper at hand, so you can jot down which number it is. And I also have a pencil at hand as well. I have so many stationery on my desk here. Not one of them here is a pencil. Oh, there we go. There we go. So we have number 26 for left hand. Okay, 26 LH. Okay, that's for memory's sake. Now we need one for. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. So 28 for right hand. What I need to do is go back into this switch layer that I have here. So it goes back to its preset first layer that it's selected. Go through the entire list, right click on it there, go down this entire list here and try and find number 28, which is here. And then what I need to do is to position it so it's correctly in the right position. Right. Obviously, as I said here at the very start here, I will be redrawing these hand shapes later on here, but because as you can see, they're not always in profile with the second part of Casey's gloves. But it's to do for now. It's to do for now here because like I said, we're on a tight schedule to try and get as much animation as we can done. And with Animation Mind here in 15 minutes, we will be seeing a preview of Minutes Railway. So, yay! We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that later on. So, number 26 for the left hand. So, obviously, that's clearly a right hand grasp here. So, what I need to do is need to flip that layer around here and rotate it so it's like so. Position it, make sure it's scaled properly. And check to make sure that I can move it okay. Yeah, that's good. And the other one, that's as good. Right. Okay, so also need to sort out Casey's upper body as well. Now it's also kind of annoying as well here, considering that his left arm has now become detached from his entire body. We'll have to try and find a way to make this work. Or maybe it's just because I haven't actually attached it to his actual body itself. So maybe that might solve the matter. Nope, that hasn't solved the matter. Oh dear, dear. What have I done? It's at that stage here, like with every live stream I do, things just go wrong, but hopefully they won't. Okay, so that's the quick pose there. I need to adjust this leg, I think. No, not this one. This one. Yeah, that'll do okay. Now, animation is time consuming. I have to point this out as well here, because as much as you really want to see it being done, oh, what happened there? I didn't select zoom in, but thank you. Computer very generously decided to zoom in for me. That's very, very generous of it. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, technology.
Thank you, technology. Okay, so with movement, with animation, there's 24 frames in a second. With animation, it's usually 12 frames. So we're going to animate Casey in 12 movements. So basically move the frame up to number 6 in the timeline. Check to make sure that I have it's set to 2 frames per movement, so that's okay. And then what I need to do now is to bring Casey's leg up like so. Have this rig here so that his leg can stretch out like so there. Alter it just a little bit, make sure it's not too.
It's like he's got a spring in this step.
A bit of a spring in this step there. And bring this line back here just a little bit. Again, this might not technically work. I think it would probably have been better if I actually had swapped this foot for that foot, because it probably would make a lot more sense, I think. Which I probably might do later on here, but for now here, let's just work with this and just hope for the best that it'll work. Chances are it won't, but we'll try. We'll try and make this work. So the foot needs to tilt like that. Then arms come like that there. It would, but it would work better if this arm was attached to, because like I said, it wouldn't work. And then I'm able to just to play back to make sure that works, which it seems to work. Okay, let's go to 12 now here to get that pose look right. This is what I have to do every time when I need to animate a character. I have to go through each and every bone structure and try and make it look right. So I think you and Robert have to say, Kirsty, that about the amount of time and effort that goes into making these things.
Oh yeah.
Animation is a lot of work.
Oh, definitely.
It's not easy peasy, I'm afraid.
No, it may look all
compared to stop
glamour.
motion.
Oh yes, stop motion is actually even more tricky as well. It's even more expensive because you have to make up every single prop and every single item in general.
That as well.
Yeah. Right. Just checking the chat there real quick there to see if there's any comments. If there's any questions that the chat are asking, guys, if you wanted to answer them here or shed them out to me, we can go through them.
Yeah.
We're
And
all
also,
ears.
those guys who are joining the chat the stream right now, hope you are enjoying it so far and seeing the progress of how I go about making these things. And God Almighty, I don't know whether this is going to work or not, but chances are I'll probably have to redo all this animation again if it doesn't look good. But if it does look good, I'll save it and we'll put it into the library. Okay, so just make sure that looks okay. So, oh, that actually does look okay. Yeah, it does look.
Hey.
Ooh,
That
solid.
does look fine. Yes. Okay, so up to frame it to now. So bring this up here. What's also I should have also done in advance here is actually put like a line or something across so that he actually has a surface to walk on, which I think I probably might do in a wee minute here. If it doesn't look right here, I'll probably draw a wee shape in for him to work on. Right. Just go back again here and make sure it works. Yeah, his legs are moving up in a pace I don't want it to move. So if I go back and draw a box. So a separate vector image, which I'll put at the very bottom, which there actually already is one here, which I should have actually used in advance. And also, I don't know why Casey's like that at the moment. Okay, so create a shape. As I said around here, with Moho, you can actually design the characters using the vector shapes, and it'll be like different wee control points you can add to add certain contours or control points to change the shape of the whole thing. But in this case, I'm just using this here just as a reference work point for Casey to walk on for a platform. So that's his platform here. So back to this again. Right. Might also worth putting another one here. Just so that we have the left and right foot have a separate surface to work off. There we go. I'll color code these as well here so we know which one it is. So let's go for blue because blue is my favorite color.
Mine as well.
Okay, now there should be a fill tool for that. Or a fill engine. Obviously, it's been a while since the last users. Oh, that's probably why, because I'm in the first frame. Okay, so the left foot there is on the blue layer, the right foot's on the white. Okay, that makes it a bit more easier for us. And has also some vector layers have been made for these as well, so there's some animation bits, but that shouldn't be affected. No, that's good. Okay, back to Casey's animation. Okay, so let's touch now. Okay, so adjust the foot there. Zoom in there so you guys can see what I'm doing. So here the foot needs to come up here tip of the toe has to come through here. And it looks like as if he's about to trip up here, but we'll fix that now.
It does look like.
Yeah. Either that or he's doing an ice jig. Bring that to there. So it comes up there. Go up there. And what I should also do here as well is you can also see his top of the leg is also sticking up as well here, so I need to adjust that right here. I'm gonna go back and check, make sure that looks okay. Okay. And then what I could do to save time is basically copy this frame here, moves over to frame 24, and hopefully that should be Casey's loop sorted out. So yeah. So what I do then is just copy the animation here. And then up to about frame 59. I'll stop it there. And with any luck, fingers crossed, this will be a continuous walking loop, which looks pretty bad in this case. It's a test of some majority here, as you can see here. But it looks like he's kind of treading with caution, which I must, as I said, I keep forgetting that I'm moving the legs more than I am the arms. So
it's like he's walking on a really thin piece of plank wood or something. He's like steady, steady.
Actually, do you know? I've actually remembered now. I've actually just remembered it. This is actually for the body layer, not the arms. I forgot to animate the arms. Copy the arm layer over. There you go. It helps if I remember that. So let's bring that over and see how that helps the situation. Let's see if that's any different. It's a wee bit. Yeah, it still needs a bit more work, but there is. But I did. I think in this case, I think this probably will have to go back in again for another go over. But I do have probably somewhere backed up somewhere some pre-recorded walk cycles which I did in the past at the very early stages of this project. So let me just try and find where these videos are, if stream can load up for me. Okay, so did I save them on the cloud or did I put them? Okay, that's previews of the animations. That's not what I'm after. Probably on my hard drive. Nope, not that one. My extended hard drive. Don't worry, I'll be right back. Just talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
So,
anybody got questions for us?
please.
Yep, feel free to ask any questions you want to ask. Be it progress or work on HROA, behind the scenes chat, or anything in general.
Yeah.
How he got the role, that sort of thing.
Oh.
think that's already been answered, but still.
Right, found it. Found the
Found
testing
it.
here. So, okay, so these are some early animation tests with Casey. So the animation is we did fast because these were animated using ones. So just bear with it. So I will be playing these a few times here. So this is Casey's walk and running cycles, which I made in advance. Oh right, hang on, there's some issue with the file here. One resec. Might have to copy this over to my desktop.
Oh, we've got a question from RWS Edward. Have you ever heard of Damhead Miniature Railway?
Yes, I was there last year in October, and I actually got to meet RWS Edward. He did not know who I was at the time, and he did tell me that he does listen to Miniature Railway Adventures. And when I told him, because I had Puffer with me at the time, because it was basically a meetup that the Miniature Railway folks were having, and I was the first to arrive, which I didn't realize. The reason why I was the first to arrive was because everybody else was at a roadside cafe about 5 minutes behind me there, and I did not realize that everybody had stopped there to get breakfast. Whereas me, I was like, no, I'm going to head on here and have everything ready. Absolutely starving, but what can you do? But yeah, I got there and I was chatting to RWS Edward, and they said, when I told them that this was the actual Puffer from Miniature Railway Adventures, they were like, "Oh my god, this is Puffer." So he's like, I thought he was smaller than this. I was like, no, he's an actual engine you can drive, and he's like, wow. So I actually during that whole day at that event, I actually did give him the chance to drive Puffer all the way around the circuit, and they had a swell of a time. They had a good fun blowing the whistle during the whole thing. So. That was kind of nice. So at least I made their day.
Very
but
nice.
I think I saw at one point in the chat there is here we go. Would the crew ever visit Downhead Metro Railway? At the moment, in terms of where we are right now with the series, not exactly. We haven't actually got them in that position just yet. I think it's because I haven't been down here that much to see whether or not it has left a bit of an impact to be used in this railway. But I did say to Kirsty and Robert at one point, that says if you guys want, you can, because Kirsty and Robert helped me with writing the series, the rest of the stories out there. They can, if they want, write some one-off stories where the characters can visit other places or do other stuff. So Downhead might be included in Miniature Railway. We'll have a wee think about this here. But next time I'm down there, we'll see what happens.
We'll have a good think.
Have a good think about it. We'll see what happens. Right, so I think I might have found this video. So let's try and see if this works again here. It's only 10 seconds long here. Hopefully Stream will play this. No, Stream's not gonna play the actual video clip here. So I'll pretty much just have to share screen it. So let's see here if I can get this up. Okay, can you guys see this okay?
Yep.
Good. Okay, so this was recorded. This was done. Oh God, when was this now? Probably maybe in the springtime of the springtime of last year, and this is just testing Casey's rig here. So there you go. There's some test running and walking cycles. As you can see, it does.
Run, boy, run!
Run, Casey, run! Can I set that into loop mode? Yeah, loop. There you go. So yeah, this is basically one of the early stages of doing animation work for Miniature and Casey, because Casey's character rig was the first of the rigs to be made and to be rigged up here. Of course, obviously he was the guinea pig of the whole thing. But yeah, it gives you a rough insight as to how this was done. I think I still have the files for these here. So if I can, I probably will update these here with Casey's facial features and hands not there because the hands weren't ready at that stage. So I'll incorporate those in here, and this will probably be his library footage for side profile walking and running. All right, so it's now 10:05, and as promised, we are going to see a preview of Miniature Row Adventures, the animated series. Now, Kirsty and Robert have already seen this.
Yes.
Indeed.
Well, I'll not say any more here. So, I'm just going to have it ready here in advance. So, right, I'm going to turn you. I'm just saying. I'm going to turn your cameras off here for this bit. Okay. So I'm just going to move you guys to stream here. So I'll see you guys back in 1 week. Okay.
Ready ho.
But here we go. Okay. So. Off you, Robert, and off you, Kirsty. So you two just stay in the room here. I'll put you back in a wee sec. Okay, guys, are you ready? All 6 of you guys. Okay, here we go. Officially, this is the official preview of Miniature Row Adventures, the animated series, the first episode, which is called Pirates of the Railway. Some of you might know what the plot's about, but if you guys don't, well, have a look at this.
Rory, you haven't seen my coaches at all?
Aren't they in there?
No. See?
Odd. They usually are. Maybe Mike left them in the other section.
No chance. I left them here. It's where I always keep them.
Well, now come to think of it, I did see Mike shut your coaches in there last night, but he went out with me when we closed.
But he was the last one to have them. And he's got the key.
Now come on, Casey, I hardly think he'd nick your stock for his own benefit.
Well, you'd often hear him say about how he was thinking of having his own stock one day.
Now look, Chris, I don't think that's the case.
Well then, why aren't my coaches where they should be?
What's the problem here? You not got your coaches out, Case?
No, because our well-skilled excuse of a shunter had gone and nicked them.
He hasn't nicked them.
Well, where are they then?
Look, it's no good shouting. If the coaches were stolen, the CCTV camera that watched this section should have... Okay, now this is serious.
That's all I'm prepared to show you guys. I just realized my microphone was muted there, but that's all I'm prepared to share with you guys. That's an official preview of Miniature Row Adventures, the animated series, from the actual episode. Yeah, feel free to leave a comment as to what you think in the chat. We'll be able to answer questions. Yes, sorry, Kirsty and Robert, come back into the room.
Thank you.
Well, what did they think?
So, yes, we're seeing some reactions here. Train number 16, another fellow fan of Miniature Row Adventures. Looks fantastic. That's great. Lewis Edwards, this is really good. And Christian's also in the chat as well, our series composer.
Christian.
Just so you know, Christian has done a fantastic job on doing the work in progress of the new Miniature Railway Adventures theme song. It has been officially been preview. Especially best way to say this here. Been revealed. It's been officially been revealed in the Christmas audiobook Snowdrifts that was released back in Christmas last year. So that's the official launching of the new theme song, and Christians is currently at the moment doing a extended version of the theme song, which I've heard part of it. I've heard probably, I don't know how much of it has actually been done so far, but what he's done so far, I'm like, wow, this is really good. So all I've told him is that I wanted to sound something very similar to the Tug Scissor Reel music, and what he presented to me was mind-blowing. So I am so pleased to have him on board with this project. He has done wonders, and as he can say for himself, I'm still glad to be part of the music team for the series. So I can't wait. Once we get the animation work done for this here, and I send you the footage here to record, or even doing scenes in general at some point, I really do look forward to seeing what you come up with here, because the music here that was being played in the clip there, that's only a reference music to work off, but it's Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what Christian can do because he can work wonders. Yeah, we're also getting another feedback as well. The German Flo looks quite
Oh, hey,
promising so
Flo.
far. Looking forward to the final result. I am too as well. In fact, we all are. Everybody here is looking forward to the final result. So, yeah, it's very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Very exciting.
Indeed.
Okay, I better remove the video clip from the studio in case I accidentally click it by accident and you guys get another preview. But maybe maybe I'll give another Maybe I'll probably keep it on reserve because maybe for those who want to see it again, I might do another sample of it probably at 11 o'clock. So if you guys want to see it again here, stick around and I'll play it again at 11 o'clock when we sign off from the stream, because that's as far as I'm prepared to carry on the stream till. All right, so back to animation again. So let's try and get this walk cycle corrected. Let's see what way we can fix this. So what
While you do that, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, you go right ahead. So what I think we'll probably do is I will probably restart the whole thing again. So just not save this here. Make a brand new empty space here. Import Casey's rig. Do import Casey. Actually, what I will do actually is I'll actually open up the Casey's rig because that's actually something I need to do some modifications on to here. So because at the moment here his rig does not actually have all the turnaround poses that we have, and I think probably this might be a good chance for me to actually talk about rigging a character in Moho, just so you guys can get just to see the breakdown as to how it all works and how everything goes together. So like I said here, the characters were designed on Photoshop and they were assembled in Photoshop. So all I need to do here is to go into General Import, go to Character Rigs for Casey's design. Oh, did I not have his turnaround rig for? Maybe I forgot to include that in the folder. Never mind. Okay, maybe I probably put his design in another folder at some point, but it's easy enough to trace. So probably in here. Hang on a sec. Oh, blimey!
Uh-oh, what's happened?
I've just found the folder where I had the early previews of the old versions of Maze Railway Adventures, the old original animations that survived. When Kirsty gets back, I'll put them up. So guys, those who were here earlier on in the stream here, I mentioned that there were some early test samples of Maze Railway Adventures dating back to 2014. Only 2 clips have survived from that time because shortly afterwards. What the heck?
Balloons?
Why is balloons? Why did that happen?
I have no idea.
It's because they did that?
No one's birthday, is it?
Let's try that. 3, 2. Right. So apparently balloons appear when I do that. More balloons. StreamYard is so weird.
It is.
So weird.
Hang on, let me try it.
Yeah, you try it.
I'm trying it. It's not working.
What happens if I do that? I mean, that's gonna be risky.
All that
Wow, look at that! I never noticed that. That's so weird. Is everybody else seeing this? Or is it just me?
That is crazy.
Okay, that's gonna be a new feature. Maybe to put into like a clip to play later on to have a highlight thing. So it's like Michael discovers this. Puts two peace signs up here like that there, and suddenly confetti, instant confetti. Put 1 peace sign up here, and then suddenly a balloon appears. What the hell?
I'm back, guys.
Kirsty, look at this here. Look at this here, right?
What is it? What is it?
Right, me and Robert just discovered something here. I was actually I was basically explaining there to the streamers that going off topic here. I was basically explaining that I was trying to look for I was going to do the whole breakdown of making up Casey's rig here, and I found the
Right.
folder where his Photoshop files are. But in that folder, there's also the 2 surviving original footage of the original version of Miniature with the animated series that I tried to do years back in 2014. And I said, and I literally I did this. I says only two survive. I did this here, and look what happens.
Oh,
Yeah,
what the heck?
freaking balloons appear. That's so uncanny. Now it gets even funnier. Watch what happens when I do this.
Ah!
Confetti.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's like none in here. There's none in the room here. So like, what the heck? I don't know what. What
does
is
it work
this
for us?
feature?
Does it work for us?
You try it.
No, I tried it. It didn't
What
work
was
for
it?
me.
Peace and
One peace sign, one hand, and yeah,
Do a
yeah,
winning.
try that.
Basically, do what Ringo Starr does. Place them all.
Ringo Starr.
Oh, I got my glasses. I don't got my sunglasses with me.
I
I don't have my sunglasses. I thought I did have them.
don't know if it works for me.
I thought I did have a pair of sunglasses here, but they seem to have gone AWOL.
I don't
Yeah,
think
so
it's gonna work.
Yeah, so it seems to be only me that does that.
What?
I think he's in the main host, I think.
Anyway, that's so weird.
Gosh, come on! Get some more confetti for us. Come on! Ah, we're broken.
Come on, StreamYard. Let the other people have a go as well. Anyway,
Come on.
we're getting off track here.
Yeah, off
So
track.
anyway, okay, right. Hopefully these will play here because I really want to show you guys. Some of you guys may have already seen these on the YouTube channel, but these are 2 surviving animation clips from the old version of Miniature Railway Adventures. For like when I first tried to get it off the ground. Don't worry, we will come back to animation. I promise you, we will come back. This always happens when people hang around me. I get so distracted easily. So easily distracted. Okay, here we go. Right, so this one is from the first. This is actually from the story that we're animating right now. Hopefully this plays. There we go. So this is one of the early bits of animation did in 2014. This was the last bit of animation I did. Looks bad, doesn't it? Looks so bad. But like for 2014 wise, like that's basically like the best I could probably do before my laptop died. And yeah,
Would you,
there you go.
redo this for the
Oh yeah, this is going to be this is part of the story here. So this will be redone again, more better advanced. And then here's one with Casey and Lady Grange. Now I had to use some Thomas audio for this, so Thomas fans, be prepared. It only lasts 3 seconds. It's only 3 seconds worth of animation. So here we go. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm watching this, replaying this again. It gets a bit embarrassing. But here we go.
My way, you great clumsy road dog.
Look at him.
Oh god.
Oh my god, that
My
is
goodness.
bad. That is bad. Oh. But again, I was still learning the software back then. I was still learning the software, so
Oh dear.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not aged well.
Yeah, so we've now we've come from that version of Casey to this version. So you can definitely see there has been a big change in developing the character more.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh my god. Yeah, RWS Edward. Still, it is still good in my eyes. That may be, but let's point out here. I was still like a young student back then. I think I was probably. Let me see. I was 16 or 17 by the time when I first did Miniature Adventures. That just shows you how long ago it's been. Anyway, right. I was trying to import his design, right? So character rigs, Casey's rig. That's not the one I'm looking for. We are looking for the turnaround folder. Here we are. That's the one we're after. Okay, so we've got front, 3/4 size left and right. So let's go for his side profile. Profile right. So it'll ask me to select various layers. So I need to go through all these particular layers to make sure that I have all the right items for him. Okay, right. That seems to be okay, right. Here it is. Now, what I need to do now is to create the bone structure. So what I'll do is I'll cancel that, hide that layer here, create a new bone layer here. So this creates. So basically, what this is this is where I'll put his skeleton, and where I put all the layers where I'll need his skeleton to feature in. And what I also need to do as well is to get hold of the lower arm layer, duplicate that, and move it up here because that actually has his glove added onto it. There, I got there, so stretch out there slightly so it matches the profile. Good. Add that right there, delete that. Rename that lower arm right. Duplicate that. Rename that lower arm left. Move that down to where that arm is. And delete that one there. All right, so now to make up his bone structure. I will also be adding his facial features in a wee minute here, and also his hands, but let's just get, I'll get his hands on actually right now, because again, that's all part of the structure. It's all important. Okay, duplicate layer. Okay. So there's swap around. There we go. Rotate that correctly. Okay, duplicate layer. Move that down here to there. Hopefully that'll be in the right place. Right, rename this layer side profile right. Right, now to start making up his skeleton. So over here we go to add bone, and the first thing we need to do is need to add his main body bone right here. So this will be controlling his top half, and then what we'll need to do then is to create other bones to make up his legs. So we'll do the right leg first because it's the nearest. Now, in order to put this in here, you just basically just click and hold. Now, click and hold your mouse and then drag it down to create the size. Then, when you let go of the button, click again here. Now, also start the new bone where at the tip of the previous one, so that you have a good connection. Down here as well. Then need to create a. If I click once here, this will create this little dot here, and this could be my anchor point. I don't know what the official name is for this type of bone, but this is where I'll have, like, if there's any particular joints need to be made for, like joining body and legs together and head makes it a bit more easier. So that's his head there. Now for his arms, down to here, then down to there, then one for his hand there. Separate one here. It might also be worth if I actually just did the other arm like this, so that way I can add that in later on, because I don't really know exactly where it is at this point in terms of position wise. Next is I need to put in bone strength, and this will highlight all the bones in these little bubbles here. So what I need to do is I need to shrinken these here, because if I leave these in and I start animating, the whole structure of the image will start to warp slightly. And so if I just click and hold the mouse down and then just drag it across, that changes the size of the strength of the bone. Go through each and every single one of these here, including these wee small ones, so that they all dispense and go inside themselves. Now I have to do this with every single like turnaround pose for the characters. It does get a bit time consuming. And you have to also remember as well here is that with this test episode, there are 15 characters, and I have to. Not all of them have their rigs designed yet. I'm still waiting on 4 rigs, which are currently being designed for me by a volunteer helper on the Mediterranean Railway team, which I'm very truly grateful for. Those people who have come forward to help out with the production of Mediterranean Railway, I'm eternally thankful to them. Because as you can see, I can't always do everything on my own here because my time availability at the moment. Okay, so that's the strength thing. Now I need to do is I need to parent each of the bones, because as you see, not all of them will be connected to the right place. So what I need to do then is to go through each of them one at a time. So select the top one of this one here. That's basically connected to the head, which it shouldn't be. It should be connected to the body. And this one here should be connected to the body as well. Where's that connected to? It's connected to his hand, which it shouldn't be. Connected to the body there. Right, top of his leg. Where is that connected to? So that needs to be connected to this little pelvis point here. Same with this one here. So that needs to be connected there. It's very tricky though to try and get that to be right. Now, where are you pointing? Right, you're in the right place, so you're okay. Where are you at, Manlado? There. So where is this arrow going to? Oh, where's it coming from? Maybe it's this one here. So let's have a look. That's all fine. So what is actually what is going up there? I'll be trying to decipher this, folks. So that is from this one. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. Right, so you connect to there. Okay, so now all the bones know exactly where they're going to. They're in the correct arrangement. Now we need to also make sure, before we go on to anything else, try to do any animation here, we need to make sure that all the image layers are connected to the bones, because as far as I know, if I do any animation movement now, oh, hello, well, something's moving, which it shouldn't be. The hand appears to be moving. So this is where we need to sort this out. So I would then have to go through each and every single layer and select this this section here, which is bind layer. And what this does is it'll basically, whichever layer is highlighted, or what I'm going through each and every single item of Casey's rig, basically click on this, click on the bone where I want the bone to move this particular object, click on that, and now I'll bind that bone with that layer, and anything within that layer is going to be moving. So down to Casey's glove hand. So that's probably the nearest one to the camera. So obviously that needs to be bound to this thing. This one here needs to be bound to this layer. Needs to be bound to this layer, and so forth. Okay, now when it comes to the legs here, I have to make sure I'm using the right ones here. Oh, I'm selecting the right ones. Lower, right boot, left leg top. So again, like I said, it's a bit time consuming, so you just have to bear with me. Select that layer there, select that layer there, select that layer there, and hopefully that should be all the bones connected up. So let's do a test and see if everything works. So let's try the head first of all. Yep, the head moves. Obviously it needs to be adjusted in some parts here because it's probably not in the right position, but even so. Test the body. Yep, everything is all moving there. All the items on it there are moving fine. His leg. Yep, leg's moving fine. That's connected fine. Yep, that's all good there. Upper leg. Yep. 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 Good. And the forearm as well. Right, that needs to be altered here because we had to move the structure, this skeleton arm out. So it's simply clicking on the transform bone item. Click that one there. Hopefully that should move that into place. So let's just check, make sure it's the right one. Yeah, that's better now. All good. Now let's give Casey his face because obviously it looks a bit weird. We're just looking blank. It'd be like something out of that episode of Doctor Who where everybody's faces get sucked into the TV.
Yeah. Was that David Tennant?
Yeah, it was David Tennant's one. I think it was God, what was the villain called? The Wire, I think it was. I think the episode was the episode called The Idiot's Lantern.
Possibly.
I don't know.
I can't remember actually. So what I'd often like to do when it comes to doing the facial things is that I would actually have the rigging for Casey's eyes or any character's eyes done in advance. So in this case, it would be let's see now. Let's try here. So the eyes are all on what's known as switch layers, and what this does here is that like I was showing with the hand earlier on, I'm able to, if I need to select a particular pose for like a hand or a different type of eyes, for example, the case for like when he's blinking, basically what I do is I would go into the drop down menu and I would click the switch layer. And what this does is it'll actually, when I right click on the layer with the switch layer in general, if I right click on here, there'll be a drop down list of all the images that will be within that folder. And what I'll do is I'll basically click on that folder of what particular image or that I need of, say, for example, his eyes, if I want them to be closed or somewhere there. I would click on that, and that would immediately create a keyframe which would actually have that layer appear, and that will only appear whenever we hit that keyframe in that particular particular part of the time frame. Oh, excuse me. So that actually does help me a great deal. And this is also what we sometimes use in the animation industry as well when it comes to changing the layers. So what I do here is I have Casey's eye switch layer here done in advance. So what I do is I select that, move this up here, like so. Now what I need to do also is I need to create a group for the head. So put that in here and place that with head. And what I also do as well is I'll bind that layer with the bone structure as well, because that's also important. So I'll just check and make sure that's all working fine. So anything within the head. Well, nothing's in that folder anyway, so nothing will move just yet. But if I do put them in here, there we go. Yeah, You can see Casey's eye there in his ear, which is not really the best place for an eye, but let's move that into place like so. So like I said here, just to prove to you guys about the switch light here. So let's see. I have let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 eye shapes for Casey's eyes, and this will be down to the standard open procedure here, as shown right now. Here we have the half close for when he's closing his eyes. We have closed eye 1, which is basically what I can only describe it as the happy smiling closed eye expression, or the sad closed eye expression. Then we have closed 2, which is basically the opposite, and this could be done where he's either cheerful or he's maybe sneezing. And then we also have what's known as the hard blink, which is basically just like a crow's feet eye close. So, but we don't need that right now here. So, I think the only time I've had Casey do that there is when he was actually really angry in a scene. So, that's a bit too much information from a spoiler point of view. But anyway, but Casey gets angry every so often during the series, so it's natural. It's natural for him.
I'm gonna have fun voicing this part. The part where he's angry.
Yeah, that reminds me. Actually, we need to arrange at some point to have another cast read through of the next episode, because that's something we've been meaning to do, but I haven't had a chance to probably schedule when we're going to do that.
So,
okay, there's his eyebrow.
What do you think, Mike? Should we? Oh no, I thought, what if we live streamed it? But no, that'd be spoilers from the next episode, wouldn't it? So.
Yeah, I'd rather we kept it. Yeah, we'll probably keep it quiet and keep any other stuff spoiler free here, because I think from tonight's live stream we're pretty much like giving away as much as possibly can with this upcoming episode.
That is true.
And I do want to try and keep it as, keep it all geared up and all ready. But there will be some more animation stuff from Casey. Probably maybe next week here, because as far as I know, I have said to the crew that actually I'm going to start animating the teaser trailer for the animated series. So you might even get to see Lady Grange appear on screen. So we'll see how it goes. And then next week, and hopefully at some point next weekend, I will be starting on animating the opening titles for the animated series, which is something I really have been wanting to do here. There's just been a lot of ups and downs with various stuff here, with like stuff I'm waiting on from people here, but again, they have their own lives to deal with here, so I have to be patient and just see what they say about it. Right, what am I doing now? Right, Casey's mouth, that's the last thing we need now. So copy that, duplicate that layer. It seems like for most of the development of each character rig here, Casey seems to be the most used for like getting a majority of various assets. Because if I have Casey's rig at hand, it's just so handy just to have him there and ready. So there we go. That's Casey's mouth there. It does look a wee bit odd having it on side profile, but we'll try and fix that here real quickly here. So what I'll do here, so obviously you have all the different. His mouth's also another switch layer as well. So there's two or three switch layers here. So he has all different types of mouth shapes here for various things, like so, for different syllables. There's also a sad version, and also the other standard procedures. Right now here, let's just position them into the correct place here. There is an option here where I can actually crop these here, but I think for now we'll just keep it as a side profile like this for now. I think it looks okay. And right, so that's that there. Okay, next stage now is to try and put him in the correct position with his other pose, and also make sure he's in scale as well. So let's scale him up so he's the correct size. Let's Should be about right. And then put them into the folder, which is also makes them a switch layer. There you go. Now, that's basically how I rig up a character for the series, and that just shows you how much goes into basically rigging a character, as well as animating a character. But yeah, I think we'll have one more go with doing a walk cycle for him, shall we?
Yeah.
But this time let's make some changes to the rig. So for example, for this case, let's change this leg, because I don't think this works. So we need to take out these two here. Ooh. Don't know why it's come back to his front pose again. Now we need to duplicate these two. Actually, that's why it's duplicated. It's because it's not that profile. Right, we need this profile. Okay, duplicate these. Move these across, and hopefully that might look a bit better for walking poses. It might not be, but if I position them right, hopefully they will be. Now, I also need to move his take out these arms, because we won't be needing them at this stage. Also, he's missing his hands. That's something we can't allow. But this one has his hands, so let's copy and paste those over. So duplicate there. Bring those in. Here we go. I need to separate these. Get rid of that bone structure, because it will make up a new one. Okay, so now they're all part of this rig now, so hopefully it'll make things a bit more easier for me. Oh shoot, I just realized. Did anybody spot the mistake I've done? Where's his insignia?
Oh yeah.
It's over there. It shouldn't be over there, because that's not part of the whole. That is not part of the rig. So what I need to do is need to go back here, find the waistcoat from that, bring that over there. There we go. That's the proper one we need. Right, delete that. Then delete this one. There we go. That's much better. Much better.
That better.
Yeah, right. Now let's get some bones put into this character. So refresh your memory again. Set add bone. Bone here, bone here, bone there, one bone here, one bone there, and another one here. Remove the strength from them. Wish there's a way you could do it all at once, but apparently there's not. Make sure the bones are pounded correctly to the right places. Obviously they are not, so we need to adjust that real quick. So that one to go there. This one to go there. And hopefully I think the rest are in the correct format. So we also just need to bind them together. So gloved hand goes to that one. Gloved hand 2 goes to there. Lower arm goes to there. Lower arm goes to there. Top arm for that one goes there. Waistcoat there. Top arm here. That's all sorted out there. Okay, so let's check, make sure these are all functioning okay. We can start. Yep, there we go. Right, need to adjust the layer on that there because that's in the wrong place. Okay, so that's for this one here, and then this one here. So these two need to go behind the waistcoat. And I think also, just for the safety measures, put them at the very bottom of the layer. Whoops, not out of the rig. There. So that when it comes to animating again, it's behind the leg. That's much better. Right. Let's get a platform made from. What I'll also do here is I'll save this, because usually I would forget to do that. This probably might affect maybe Casey's other rigs later on in various other animations, but sure, they'll be easily fixed. Okay, so first frame, we need to have a vector layer because we Casey had a platform to stand on. Sorry, guys, you can chat away if you want to. Because I know
we're just enjoying your work.
I'm just looking at the feedback of the chat there, because when I went up to check the chat there, it immediately I just saw the viewing count just literally went down to 1, and now it's just gone up to 2. I'm like, ooh, everybody's gone now.
Oh no!
Is animation preparation really that boring? My goodness.
Oh no! I find it entertaining.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Get back here. Get back in now.
Get back in here.
Flabber's gone. Get back here.
Get back in here and put your butt on your chair and watch this. Please.
Please. I've worked so hard. There's something I haven't noticed. Interesting. I wonder, can it remove other areas?
Oh yeah, Geek Machine messaged us earlier in our group. He said he wants to join, but he's in work, sadly.
Bummer.
Oh well.
Oh well. Maybe next time.
Yeah. If time zones match up. All that stuff.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah. Thought that were working out right. Ooh, hello. That shouldn't have happened. Oh, hang on, I'll start again because it's putting me off. Right, start a new vector layer. No, it's not. I don't want to highlight. I want a platform for Casey to walk. Duplicate that. Move that layer down. There we go. That'll probably do. Okay, let's try this again.
Take whatever how long was it? Take what? 3, 4, 5? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, this is take two of doing another walk cycle animation. So let's try this again. So we'll start off with the midway pose again. Oh yes, hands. So right hand is number 28. And left hand is number 26. Again, it's always handy to have a notepad in hand. And also make sure you adjust. Just make sure they are facing the right way. Rotate accordingly. There. Now. So. Hello. There's something I forgot to do. I didn't bind this layer. Oops, indeed. So let's fix that. Okay, so is that working out? Yes, there we go, much better. Oop. Just the like so. Obviously his arm will not be like this much, but actually I might stretch that just a little bit so that the tip is there. There we go, much better. Bring that a bit further. Okay, so we're doing this in 6s, so it's nope, wrong one. Stretch this one up a bit. Okay. Raise Casey up a bit. That was something I forgot to do with the previous one here, is that as well as moving the lacy, you're also moving the body up and down as well. So when it comes to doing walk cycle, think of it as a sideways S type shape, like a little wave format. So the body is kind of when it walks along, it does that kind of bobbing type thing when you walk along. So you want to try and create that. So bring this leg up here. So make sure it's in there. Awesome doing this here. Maybe we should talk about our recent viewings of our animations that we've been looking at recently. Because I was thinking about this last night about because we were watching. We finally, at long last, I finally got around to watching season 4 of Mysterious Seas of Gold. We're halfway through the series right now.
Oh my goodness!
Same as this will save us on just making up a new live stream. But oh my god, our genuine reaction, because this is not even I've not even seen it in advance though. I haven't seen it in advance like before, but what we saw was like our own genuine reactions out of the whole thing. So guys, do you want to disclose what you thought?
Oh, so far.
Quite a few good plot twists, I will say.
Yeah,
a lot of callbacks to season 1. And
huge callback, I must admit.
Yes.
Don't want to give it again. We're not going to get. We'll try not to give away any spoilers. But
Yeah.
holy shit,
But I do feel like once we finish the last season, we should watch all the seasons again.
Yes, strongly.
Because I still remember the first time you showed me it, Michael. I was like, wow.
Yeah. It's quite fun.
Oh, fun. I remember one moment that got me. Oh, no, I knew that was like the best part ever. That got me.
But as well as Mysterious Cities of Gold, we've also again I have to thank Kirsty for this because it was you that got me in. It was you that got me into this. We
You're welcome.
watched Delicious in Dungeon.
Dungeon
Yes.
Meshi.
Or Dungeon
It is
Meshi, as it's also known as well. Yeah. Oh my god, I love this series so much. I love it so much, sir.
And let's just say I got the first manga chapter with me right now,
Yep.
the first book.
Yeah, I've been actually trying to find the manga in like all the Waterstones in Belfast. I was like, where are they? I even looked in the Forbidden Planet as well. They don't have any. They have all the other mangas here, but they don't have This is Dungeon. Don't have it all. I'm like, why do you not have these?
The only time they have the English cut of this manga is on eBay. That's where I got the first chapter.
Right.
I'll send you a link to it after the stream.
I think I came across it earlier today actually. So.
Oh, you did?
Thanks.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, God.
Need to adjust
Oh.
this.
Hello, Jean. Whoever you are.
Jean?
Jean Belcher.
Jean Belcher?
Jean Belcher. Jean Belcher. Hello. Okay. It's nearly kind of till 11 o'clock here, but I'll try and get something done here.
Wow, that's gone quick.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you tired, Case?
A little bit.
Or Chris?
She's talking. I think she's talking to you, Robert. You are the voice of Casey, by the way.
I know. I was just trying to make. I just instantly got that Simpson joke of "Hello, Mr.
Thompson. I think he's talking to
you.
Oh, we'll have to watch the classic Simpsons at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, from I'd say season 1 to maybe 12, maybe. Maybe I can't remember. I can't remember when it like went downhill a little bit.
I think after the movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it could have been season 8. I don't know. Could be that.
I can't remember, you know.
Yeah, I think we altered the body slightly.
So, anybody in the chat still got questions for us?
Please talk to us. We won't
Please.
bite.
We're not vicious. Honest.
Kirsty, maybe.
Hey!
Joking.
See, this is why he's the best for Casey.
We do like a good banter every now and then.
Yeah.
Imagine the chaos if we met up. Oof.
Oh, there'll be some stern words, I think, Roberto.
I think we're at that stage now where we're ready to copy some frames over. So let's see. Let's see. That's right. Good. Now the arms. Ooh, hello.
Oh.
We actually getting some proper animation now.
Yeah.
Is it actually working?
Come on, come
Right,
on.
let's do the head turn there. Head nod there. We actually have an actual library bit of animation, folks. Yoo-hoo indeed. Okay, so that's from 24. Let's move that to 20. 23. Let's see what we have. Hopefully this works. Fingers crossed. Hey, there we go.
Yay!
It works.
Alrighty.
Hallelujah!
Casey is walking. Obviously, one arm's longer than the other here, but we'll gloss over that there. But there you go. We actually have some animation done. So I'll alter the arm a wee bit here, but I'll probably put that into the library for Casey's walking. Obviously, we'll adjust the pace of the walk, but like I know he's walking a bit too, maybe a wee bit faster, but adjusting the keyframes here and there, it will make it look a lot more easier to move.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. Right, guys, it is now 2 minutes past 11. And as promised, I will be giving you guys one more glimpse at this preview for the upcoming episode of Miniature Adventures, which is still a work in progress right now. So for those who if those who are curious as to how far in the episode we actually currently are, 3 scenes have already been animated so far. Right, nothing happens when I do 3, but if I do 2, balloons. Anyway, yeah. So 3 scenes have been animated so far for the episode. There is according to the script, there are 39 scenes in total. So it's another 36 is still left to be done. But hopefully I'll try and get some more work done these upcoming months here. So you can just see the amount of time it takes just to make a walk cycle. It just shows you how much time goes into animation in general.
It's crazy.
But it is. So you can imagine trying to animate a scene, getting the characters to sync up right to the audio draft I have edited in advance. Then just trying to have these characters come to life in a certain way. Then also trying to make their lip syncing look genuine as well. It's all very very time consuming. So to give you a rough example, in terms of time frame wise, the first scene that I animated back in March last year. That's where I started from March. It took 7 months. 7 months to animate, and it's only a minute or so long. It took 7 months to animate. But over time, I started to adjust the time frames a bit more here, like how much time I had free to work on certain things. So most times now, one scene would probably either take me either a month, depending on how much time free I have, to about maybe a week. It all depends exactly how much free time I have. So with way things are currently looking right now in terms of my work wise right now for this month right now, I'm probably going to be a bit busy, but hopefully come next month, I don't know where I'm going to be in position wise, job wise here, but we'll see how we go. But I will try my utmost best to try and make up time to work on miniature as best as possibly can. Right, let's stop Casey walking for a second. That's another thing I'll probably have to do as well, is to make up an animation where he actually stops walking. Because that's something that I'll have to do at some point. Anyway, stop the sharing of the screen, and let's bring up that last preview one last time. And I think we'll just mute our mics this time, and we'll just watch along with you guys. So I'll get the video up. I'll get the video up now for us. You guys mute yourselves, which you already have. Well done. And here we go. So one last time, guys, for tonight. This is the preview of Miniature Railway Adventures, Season 2, Episode 1. Here we go. Enjoy.
Rory, you haven't seen my coaches at all?
Aren't they in there?
No. See?
Odd. They usually are. Maybe Mike left them in the other section.
No chance. I left them here. It's where I always keep them.
Well, now come to think of it, I did see Mike shot your coaches in there last night, but he went out with me when we closed.
But he was the last one to have them. And he's got the key.
Now come on, Casey, I hardly think he'd nick your stock for his own benefit.
Well, you'd often hear him say about how he was thinking of having his own stock one day.
Now look, Chris, I don't think that's the case.
Well then, why aren't my coaches where they should be?
What's the problem here? You not got your coaches out, Case?
No, because our well-skilled excuse of a shunter had gone and nicked them.
He hasn't nicked them.
Well, where are they then?
Look, it's no good shouting. If the coaches were stolen, the CCTV camera that watched this section should have... Okay, now this is serious.
There we go.
Wow. What do you guys think?
Yeah. So as you can see, there's some parts in that preview there where you see like the characters reacting on animated in front of the green screen, or there's like animatic shots here. These are basically bits that are still yet left to be animated. But I need to get the sets and all sorted out for it. But other than that, that's the recent scene that's been filmed so far. And in the script that's listed as scene 6.
Oh yeah.
So there we go. Right, guys, we're gonna have to sign off now for tonight here, because I say it's getting quite late now here. You guys are probably quite tired now here, so. So guys, thank you very much for tuning into the live stream. Hope you guys have had some creative inspiration brought on board to you when it comes to doing animation. Also, a good insight as to what goes into making miniature railway adventures from start to finish, of making a character rig down to like the addition of adding a skeleton in, even down to doing a simple walk cycle animation. Which, how long did that one take this time? 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I'd say 10 minutes. 10 minutes to do a decent walk cycle, which, with some adjustments there, it'll turn out quite fine here. But that's basically what goes into making miniature railway. And like I said, it can be time consuming at parts, but it's worth it. It's worth it, because to be honest, I actually thought when I did that first attempt with the walk cycle, I thought, oh, this is gonna fail. It's gonna fail badly. But then when we did the second attempt, it's like, no, we've saved it. We've saved this stream. So. So yeah, there you go. But listen, guys, thanks so much for tuning in here. Kirsty, Robert, thank you so much for joining on board here, and
You're welcome.
No problem.
I'm so glad that you guys are on this team. You guys
We're happy to be
Good job.
aboard.
Oh, of course. Thank
Yeah,
you.
but yeah,
So yeah.
really do appreciate it so much. Every time I see you guys, I keep on saying thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means so much. Get so
What do
really
you
nice.
do about us, eh?
Indeed. Right, guys, we're gonna head off now here. So good night. God bless. Hope you have a good rest weekend here, and we'll see you whenever. So stay tuned for
Bye,
more.
everybody.
Bye. Right. Turn off the stream. Bye.